Ladies, let's be real. In today's world, we are encouraged to be open, vulnerable, and transparent. And yes, openness is beautiful, but let me tell you something, not everything should be shared. Because the truth is, power lies in mystery. Power lies in knowing when to speak and when to hold back. See, too often women make the mistake of thinking that vulnerability equals trust, but trust is not about exposing every detail of your life from day one. It's about discernment. It's about understanding what should be sacred, what should be earned, and what should be kept within your own strength. Your insecurities are the deepest, most personal parts of who you are. They stem from past experiences, childhood wounds, societal expectations, and even your own self-perception. We all have them. Those little voices in our heads that whisper doubts, the things we secretly fear make us unworthy or unlovable. But here's the truth. The moment you hand those insecurities over to a man, you give away a part of your power. When you reveal your deepest self-doubts, too soon or too openly, you risk shifting the dynamic of your relationship. Men are wired to respond to confidence, to admire strength, and to respect self-assurance. This doesn't mean you need to pretend to be perfect or hide your flaws, but it does mean you should be mindful of how much of your internal struggle you expose, because not every man will handle that knowledge with care. Some might use it against you, even unconsciously. Others might start seeing you through the lens of those insecurities, reinforcing the very things you fear. Think about it. If you constantly tell a man that you feel unattractive, unworthy, or not good enough, what message are you sending? You're asking him to validate you, to reassure you, to take responsibility for your self-esteem. And while a good man will uplift you, no one can carry that weight for you forever. If you don't believe in your own value, no amount of external validation will ever be enough. True confidence is built from within, and it's your responsibility to nurture it. Another risk of exposing your insecurities too soon is that it creates an emotional imbalance. When you lay everything bare from the start, you become an open book, easy to read, easy to predict. Mystery is powerful. It draws people in. It keeps them intrigued. But when you put all your vulnerabilities on display, you remove the element of intrigue. You give someone the full picture before they've even earned the right to see it. Instead of leading with insecurity, lead with self-assurance. Carry yourself as though you know your worth, even on the days you struggle to feel it. Speak with confidence even when doubt lingers in the back of your mind, because the way you present yourself is the way the world and the people in it will treat you. This doesn't mean you should never open up. In a deep, trusting relationship, vulnerability is essential. But vulnerability should be shared gradually with someone who has proven that they will handle your heart with care. A man should earn the right to see the most delicate parts of you, just as you should earn the right to see his. At the end of the day, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. When you strengthen that, when you build your own self-worth from the inside out, you won't need to overshare your insecurities because they won't define you. Instead, you will stand in your power, and that is what will truly attract the right man into your life. The past is a place of lessons, growth, and experiences, but it is not a place that needs to be completely unpacked in front of a new man. Every relationship leaves behind memories, heartbreaks, and moments that shape who you are, but sharing too much about past relationships can create unnecessary tension, comparison, and even resentment. The truth is, a man does not need to know every detail of who you dated, how long it lasted, what went wrong, or what your ex did for you. He is here to build something new with you, not to compete with ghosts from your past. When you talk excessively about a past relationship, whether good or bad, you plant seeds in a man's mind that can affect the way he sees you. If you speak too highly of an ex, he may start to wonder if he can measure up. He may feel like he is walking in someone else's shadow, constantly competing with a person who is no longer in your life. No man wants to feel like a second choice or like he is filling a void left behind by someone else. On the other hand, if you focus too much on how badly an ex treated you, it can create a different kind of issue. A man might begin to see you as someone who carries unresolved baggage, someone who hasn't fully healed, or someone who still gives past pain too much power. Oversharing about previous relationships can also create subconscious insecurities. If you tell a man every mistake your ex made, every bad habit he had, or every way he hurt you, there's a chance he will start watching himself too closely, overanalyzing his own actions or walking on eggshells. He may worry that if things go wrong, he will just become another story from your past. It's human nature to compare, and even if he doesn't say it out loud, the details you share can make him question where he stands. What truly matters in a new relationship is the present and the future you are creating together. Bringing up the past too often can keep you emotionally stuck, replaying old wounds or romanticizing old memories instead of focusing on what is in front of you. A strong, healthy relationship is built on fresh experiences, mutual understanding, and shared moments that belong only to the two of you. You don't have to hide that you have a past, but you also don't have to hand over every chapter of your love history. Instead of explaining what an ex did right or wrong, show the lessons you've learned through the way you carry yourself today. Let your standards, your self-respect, and your emotional strength be the proof of your experiences. A man who is truly interested in you will appreciate who you are in the present, not who you were in the past. Keep your history as a personal reference, not as an open book, and allow the right man to write a brand new chapter with you. Family is one of the most sacred parts of a person's life, and not everything about it should be shared with a man, especially early in a relationship. Every family has its own struggles, challenges, and dynamics, but airing those private matters to someone who hasn't earned your trust can lead to unnecessary judgment, misinterpretation, or even a loss of respect. Some things are meant to stay within the walls of the family home, and revealing too much about internal issues can create complications that are difficult to undo. When you speak openly about your family struggles, whether it's financial issues, personal conflicts, or past traumas, you risk allowing someone to form an opinion about your family that may not be accurate or fair. People process information through their own filters, and what may seem like a normal family disagreement to you might sound like dysfunction to someone else. Once a man develops a certain perception of your family, it can be difficult to change, even if the situation improves. You may eventually forgive a family member for a mistake or conflict, but the man you told may not be able to forget it as easily. There is also a risk of oversharing leading to misplaced influence. When you reveal too much about your family's private matters, a man might feel the need to offer advice, solutions, or even criticism that may not be welcomed. His intentions might be good, but at the end of the day, he is an outsider to the situation. Family issues are often deeply rooted and complex, and allowing someone else's perspective to interfere can sometimes create more problems rather than solve them. Another important aspect to consider is loyalty. A woman who respects her family's privacy shows a level of maturity and discretion that is highly valued. If a man sees that you are quick to expose family secrets or conflicts, he may start to wonder how much of his personal life will be shared as well. Trust is built on knowing that certain things are kept confidential, and if you easily share intimate details about the people closest to you, he may question whether his own vulnerabilities will remain protected. Money is a sensitive topic, and how you handle conversations about your financial situation can greatly impact the dynamics of a relationship. While honesty and transparency are important in any serious partnership, revealing too much about your financial weaknesses too soon can create unintended consequences. Finances are deeply personal, and how you manage them is a reflection of your independence, discipline, and sense of responsibility. When you share your financial struggles with a man before trust has been fully established, you risk shifting the power dynamic in a way that may not be in your best interest. A man does not need to know every detail about your debts, struggles with saving, or financial anxieties early on. While it may feel natural to open up about the challenges you face, this type of information can change the way he perceives you. If a man senses that you are not in control of your financial life, he may begin to question your overall stability. Even if he genuinely cares about you, he may start to see you as someone who needs help rather than as an equal partner. This can create an imbalance where he feels the need to step in, advise, or even take control of financial matters that should be yours to manage. Another risk of oversharing your financial weaknesses is that it can make you vulnerable to manipulation. Not every man has good intentions, and revealing too much about financial hardships can attract individuals who see an opportunity to take advantage of your situation. Whether it's through offering financial assistance with hidden expectations or using your struggles to exert control, sharing too much too soon can put you in a compromised position. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and support, not financial dependence or imbalance. Even in a committed relationship, it's important to maintain a sense of financial independence. If a man sees that you are constantly stressed about money or making poor financial decisions, he may begin to lose confidence in your ability to contribute to a future together. Instead of focusing on what you lack financially, shift the focus to what you are building. It is far more empowering to talk about the steps you are taking to improve your financial situation rather than dwelling on the struggles. Show that you are actively working on creating stability and that you are in control of your own financial journey. This does not mean you should be secretive or deceptive about money, but rather that financial conversations should happen gradually and with discretion. When the time is right, discussing finances in a mature and responsible way is essential for any long-term partnership. However, financial stability is something that should be demonstrated through actions, not just words. A man will respect you far more if he sees you managing your own finances with confidence rather than looking for validation or assistance. By maintaining a level of privacy regarding your financial weaknesses, you preserve your independence, protect yourself from unnecessary judgment, and ensure that any financial discussions happen on your terms. Emotional vulnerability is a beautiful thing when shared at the right time, with the right person, and in the right way. It is what deepens a connection, builds trust, and allows two people to truly understand each other. But when emotional vulnerability is given too soon, before a man has proven he is capable of handling it with care, it can create an imbalance in the relationship. Sharing too much of your deepest fears, past traumas, and emotional wounds early on can overwhelm a man and shift the dynamic in ways that may not be healthy for you. Men are naturally drawn to confidence, resilience, and emotional strength. While they appreciate vulnerability in the right context, too much too soon can make them feel responsible for your emotions in a way that may be more than they are prepared to handle. If a man sees you breaking down, revealing all your wounds, and depending on him for comfort early in the relationship, he may subconsciously start viewing you as someone who is emotionally fragile rather than as a strong, independent woman. This can lead to a shift in how he perceives you, not as an equal partner, but as someone who needs saving or fixing. There is also the risk of forming a false sense of intimacy. When you share too much too soon, you may feel a deep emotional bond that isn't actually rooted in real connection, but rather in trauma bonding. This happens when two people bond over pain instead of shared values, experiences, and genuine compatibility. It can create an illusion of closeness, making it harder to see the relationship for what it truly is. Emotional connection should be built gradually, allowing trust and understanding to develop naturally rather than being forced through premature oversharing. Another important aspect to consider is emotional self-sufficiency. A man should complement your emotional well-being, not be responsible for it. When you reveal too many of your emotional struggles early on, it can create an expectation that he must be your emotional anchor. This can put pressure on him and cause him to pull away rather than grow closer. A healthy relationship is one where both partners can support each other emotionally, but not where one person becomes the primary source of stability for the other. Keeping certain emotional vulnerabilities private until the relationship has developed a solid foundation does not mean you are being dishonest or inauthentic. It means you are protecting your own emotional well-being and allowing the relationship to evolve at a natural pace. There will come a time when it is appropriate to open up and share your deepest thoughts and feelings, but that time should be when trust has been built, when you know he is emotionally mature enough to handle it, and when the relationship has proven to be a safe space. Emotional strength is not about hiding what you feel. It is about knowing when, how, and with whom to share it in a way that enhances the relationship rather than burdening it.